our baby boy. So that time around, go on. If focus on the child, my child.
Allah will freeze.
As when you are in your husband's house, keep this your total file. Keep it.
No language. No. Let me just say it this way.
Keep it to your husband.
Why
will you be sleeping around?
Mo máa ń gbọ́ gbogbo ayé láti máa gbọ́ pé first child of every family gan pé tó bá ní kó máa ṣe DNA.
You know this issue
in
of
this Nigeria.
A lot of them are not.
Bàbá ọmọ yóò kì í ṣe bàbá ọmọ
first children.
Wọ́n máa ń sọ.
The more reason I'm supporting DNA, whenever that issue is
you just have to,
please let them do it.
But anytime your man walked up to you like, Bukola, today I want to have my children DNA, I'll say thank you sir, no problem, go ahead Mr. Man, because I will not want you to kill me, because díẹ̀ obìnrin fi máa tán. Ẹ má yẹ kí sọ pé kú, tóbìnrin fi máa tán díẹ̀ ni, because orí ìrònú ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àdẹ̀mọ̀ ronú rò. Tóbìnrin bí a máa pàdé láyọ̀.
So you don't think like this where you said Akobi, most of the Akobi in Nigeria are not children. For the her first children. I believe that this issue of Oshedi and Ikoshedi, and especially on first children, you know, when a couple gets married newly, they expect you to start having children immediately. Yes. So if the pregnancy is not forthcoming, a lot of, or let's say some women might tend to want to go outside and try to cover their shame.
Because they want to go out and try. There's no point in you being married and go out and try. Trying what? Try.
Maybe the man cannot.
No, it doesn't make any sense to me. You should not try that. Why will you try? If you want to live long, if you want to have a peaceful marriage, you don't do that. See me, I'm saying this because of our sisi. Everything for you ṣe wedding wípé pé mo ti lóyún torí pé mo lóyún ni mo ṣe fẹ́ lọ ní ọkọ torí pé mo lóyún ni mo ṣe fẹ́ ṣe wedding yẹn nìkan ni mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí nítorí burúkú ṣé o fẹ́ kí olóṣì lórí afẹ́fẹ́ má bínú pé ọmọ ìfẹ́ kó bá mi lẹ́ni tí mo rí tó love mi tó jàdá sọ pé o fẹ́ fẹ́ mi sílé ní kí n wá sọ pé no, you will now pretend. Ìgbà míì gan wá sọ pé kí ni kò oríṣiríṣi obìnrin fi máa ń etí obìnrin but see, me I will advise every man going for a DNA test. This thing is 2-2. Is either you gain or you lose. But be determined that this thing that I'm going for,
there are two ways
it can turn out. Ibi tó bá wù kó já sí.
Some people don't even want to know because they don't want problem. So even if they are suspecting, they will just let it go.
They will just let it go.
I also want people to know that not everybody tọmọ tí ò jẹ́ ti máa yẹn ni ìyàwó wọn jẹ́ lower promiscuous. Not you know, we've been saying
true.
It might not even be issue of SS or whatever. It might be these people looking for a male child, female child. They will just swap people's
it happens.
It happens. So
at hospitals,
that could affect the family.
We should just talk about the hospitals.
Not everybody that their DNA turn out on the negative side.
That means somebody has cheated.
No.
In fact, the DNA, because at the end of the day, when they do that DNA, it will not match the father. It will not match the mother.
Another thing is, do you even trust the hospital you are going to use, especially in this? I'm sorry to say it, in this our country.
Truly. That means if they are doing DNA tests to match father, they should check mother's DNA too, so that you can trace.
Do you know some men will like to do this DNA just for revenge or just to punish
the woman.
Yes. They will have their plans. They will have their plans with the doctors, and that doctor will give them the wrong result and all. Yes. We have a lot of narcissists.
I didn't know that happens.
If they really want to deal with you, if men really want to deal with you,
but to what end? To what end do you think that is?
No, because maybe to my own point of view, that man wants to have another wife, and you are like, so
they are looking for an angle.
So they will now find excuse to just give you problem, unnecessary problem that you'll be questioning your own God.
Sending his wife out with the children in the middle of the night, just because he's planning to take another wife. Something, one thing or the other just happens.
Some people even
and you send them out even in the middle of the night.
His own wife and children. Yes.
Because they want to take another wife. So man
if
can
you have a narcissist as a husband
or as a wife,
anything can happen.
Okay, all
plan
right.
Anything for you.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. If you're just joining us, this is still Women Corner on Radio Afínjú, and we are discussing a very, very interesting topic. We are asking, would you allow your partner to carry out a DNA test on your child? Would you let that happen if your husband comes? This question is for women, by the way, or for men. Would you carry out a DNA test on your children? Is this something that you are open to? Is this something you might do in the future? What do you think of DNA test generally? Let us know on our social media platform. Okay, so let me continue with the issue of what effects the DNA has on the children, because if we are talking about husband and wife, we are not even considering your mother fẹ́ ṣe DNA gan lé lórí ká sọ pé ọmọ tó ti wà at alert.
Why will you walk up to me? You are my father and my mother.
You just wake up one day and say
and you now walk up to me pé Bukola o, wow, bàbá ẹ̀ tó jorúkọ ẹ̀ yẹn kọ́ ló bí ẹ̀. Báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ kí n take it? Because this name has been all my life. My certificates, my life, my school, my anything, even if I have the opportunity to have international passport, that name will be on my passport.
Of course.
So you now walk up to me, mommy, mi ò ní fẹ́ try kini yẹn. My mommy will not want to try such with me that Bukola Ọláwùmí tó ń jẹ yẹn o. Aya ẹ ni o. Ìwọ kọ́ ló ní o.
And then the child will begin to feel like they have a part of them somewhere else.
Negative impact.
Impact on that child.
That is why we are begging people to be straight.
Please be
you don't
straightforward.
need to be sleeping around, especially when you are married. Why will you be sleeping around?
There are various reasons.
Especially
this pressure on women.
Some women say it is because their husband is doing it.
No.
Aláwọn
kan tí ò ṣe now.
Kí
n tiẹ̀ wá sọ eléyìí Yorùbá dáadáa. In case torí àwọn akọ tó yẹ wípé àkọ́lá ìkéde Yorùbá. Tó bá jẹ́ wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ni ó ṣe àgbákò ìfipábánilòpọ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló ṣe àgbákò ìgárá ọlọ́ṣà àti bùjálè. Tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ibẹ̀ náà ti rí àkóbá. Tó dẹ̀ wò pé kíní ọkọ mi gan lè mọ̀ wípé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ìyàwó ẹ̀ nìyẹn. But because you want to punish that woman, you now wash your dirty hands outside.
Punish none call. We are all human.
Do you know, just like husbands tend to punish wives, as a result of they want to punish the husband too. Ọmọ gbé ọmọ wá
pé ìwọ ló máa tọ́ ọmọ lọ́mọ tó ló gbọ́ ni.
We are all human. You know the issue of pé bóyá olè wá wọ́n rape ìyàwó wọ́n rape èèyàn. We are all human. Ṣé mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní kíní kan létí kíní kan tọkàn bá kúrò tíjú bá kúrò ọkàn lè má kúrò. It takes grace for that man to really forget.
Let me now say this. You know, some women will keep the secrets. These secrets because they don't want that man at the end of the day.
Coffee boom or something.
Yes. Because some young ladies out there are victim of this so-called rape, and at the end of the day they will be like, if I should tell my fiancé about this, maybe the guy will change his mind that he's not going to get married to her again because of this thing. She will not keep the secret. At the end of the day, ọmọ ti ṣe wedding tán ló tó máa mọ̀ pé òun ti lóyún. Tó bá ti wá wò pé òun ti lóyún àwọn pé kí lòun fẹ́ ṣe.
Bó ló ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Kò ní choice. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ míì gan ló máa ń lọ lògùn tó máa jẹ́ kóyún wálẹ̀. Nínú marriage tó máa wò pé no, oyún yìí tán bá ka mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ believe gan pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn, wọ́n kàn máa rò pé
miscarriage ni o, miscarriage ti ẹ̀ ni. Ẹ gbàgbé miscarriage jẹ́ anywhere kọ́ lọ dáríjì wá. Because ọ̀rọ̀ yìí a kò fi sọ̀rọ̀, a kò fi ṣeré ni, but it's a bitter truth.
Very deep.
Imagine somebody, I got raped and I have my wedding like 2 or 3 weeks. So after my wedding,
where did you even start from?
I discovered I was pregnant. Ta ló lọ́mọ ta ni bàbá ọmọ ló máa kọ́kọ́ wá sórí mi.
You don't even know the person gan because ibo ló ti mọ lè rí.
Nígbà wo sígbà wo orúkọ wo lọmọ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ni mo fẹ́ sọ fọ́mọ. So I will just go and Ọlọ́run dáríjì wá lórí eléyìí ni wọ́n fún wa mí ni o.
See, I will have another opinion about that one. That is why it is always good to marry your friend. I'm telling you the truth, oh. If that happened to you and you kept everything to yourself, it will turn to bomb in the future. Marry your friend. If the marriage will just took her like that, let it took her now. Then you putting that child. It is better you go to the hospital.
Àwọn ilé kan wà nǹkan tí mo tẹ̀ ṣe rí
immediately after rape. If anything like that, God forbid,
medical reports,
go and flush your
everything system. And the
stigma alone self, even in the apart from even inside the marriage,
I'm not even you keeping that.
Some people will not even want to have an abortion because of well,
it's even illegal, so I don't even think we should be having
no. That is why I love my heritage and my culture.
I'm not talking about
there's
abortion.
some Yoruba parts that you cannot try that thing with them. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe.
Yorùbá sin àbí Yorùbá tẹ́lẹ̀.
No, àwọn Yorùbá kan ṣì ń ṣe o.
Thank you.
Wọ́n ṣì ń perform.
Gradually,
because in our own house, in my maternal side, they are these àwọn àtẹ this thing.
Okay. They will know.
If the child did not belong to them,
they will know. But not every Yorùbá.
But kò ṣe gbogbo Yorùbá. Àwọn ìlú míì náà ń ṣe now. Àwọn ìlú míì ń ṣe.
Yeah.
So that is their own way of DNA test. Pé nínú ilé yìí o. It
is even now that we like doing DNA. I know one brother even up till today that everybody in that family they knew that this is not our daddy's
son or child.
Daddy said sọmọlẹ nínú ilé tó ń
bọ̀ Ọlọ́run gan tí wàá lè gbé ọwọ́ bọ̀dá yẹn sókè anyhow.
Okay, thank you so much for your contributions. We'll go on a quick music break now, and when we come back, we are not done. We still have a lot to say about this program. We'll be right back after this music break.
Tiyín ẹ ó sì lè darapọ̀ mọ́ wa Adédayọ̀ Ọdẹ́rínú ọmọ wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ kò jọmọ ònù níbi tó mẹ́rin kí n tutù tí sì ń tẹ́ni lọ́rùn jomi yìí lọ ní ó mọ tọ́kùn ètò tẹ̀yìn ara alẹ́ náà ó sì mọ jẹmùkúndùn ẹ̀. Ìṣẹ̀dálẹ̀ wa kí ìtọ̀sẹ̀ ìran Yorùbá ó mọ̀ bá parun. Orí ló dá Ọ̀ṣun sóde Ìgèdè orí kò dá mi re òrìṣà mọ́ jẹ́ ń ṣòwò àṣẹnu.
Olókoòwò ẹ súnmọ́ bí ẹ̀yin oníṣẹ́ oṣù náà ẹ mọ́ gbẹ̀yìn ẹ̀yin olókoòwò kéékèèké tẹ́ ẹ nílò ìrànlọ́wọ́ owó ẹ tara ṣàṣà máa bọ̀ ètò káràkátà lórí rédíò àfínjú ni kẹ́ ẹ mọ́ gbọ́ báyìí o lórí ètò yìí ni wọ́n ti máa sọ ìmọ̀ràn fáwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ àtòníṣẹ́ oṣù ìròyìn látọjú ọjà náà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ láti mọ bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ káàkiri àwọn ọjà wa ìrànlọ́wọ́ owó fáwọn olókoòwò kéékèèké ò ní gbẹ̀yìn lórí ètò káràkátà máa gbìnàyà ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun Tuesday ní déédéé aago 10 sí 11 àárọ̀ ẹ wò ó ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ kágbọ̀n ìtọ́wò ni ẹ fi máa dùn ọbẹ̀ ẹ lọ tẹ̀lé rédíò àfínjú káàkiri àwọn àtẹ ayélujára kẹ́ ẹ lè jẹ mùkúntùn ètò káràkátà Adédayọ̀ Ọdẹ́rínú ọmọ wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ kò jọmọ ó nù ni ó máa tọ́kùn ètò káràkátà ìdàgbàsókè ọrọ̀ ajé ló jẹ wá lógún.
All right, you're welcome back from that break. This is still Afínjú, where we discuss issues around women in the family, in the social circle, in career, in business, everything about women. That's what we talk about here on Women Corner. We also provide support in every way that we can, emotional support, mental health support, whatever type of support that you need as a woman. This is a safe space for you. If you're just joining us, we were discussing the issue of DNA. If you as a woman, if you allow your partner, your husband to carry out a DNA test on his children, and we have checked various angles, because we've analyzed that sometimes it is not even it's not because the woman is cheating or because she's promiscuous. It can be as a result of maybe there was an exchange at the hospital, so you might think the child is not the father's child, but at the same time the child is not the mother's, because the child has been exchanged at the hospital. But I have a question though. I have a question I want to ask. Do you think, let's assume that DNA test was carried out and all well and good. Don't you think it begins to plant a seed of doubt, especially in the heart of the woman.
Yes, in that marriage, because I have this belief at the back of my mind that this man is not. The man did not trust me, because if you trust me, you will not. You should know the kind of person you are getting married to. So if you truly know me and you love me, you should not doubt me. So when you say doubting me, that's give me a room to doubt you too. Definitely you have something you are hiding from
me, because it's usually a conversation you should have
had
before you even start to talk about
DNA. We should be doing DNA test for man too.
But it's not the men giving birth to the children.
That everything always turn out to be obìnrin ni wàhálà, obìnrin ni ká.
I think they will settle everything on.
Also gross man that would
I don't think the relationship
they will have like 5 children outside
from different women.
Of course.
Mama advice ya ko ma gba wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn.
Ó tó bá ti dọ̀rọ̀ pé bóyá bàbá kú, wọ́n fẹ́ share inheritance. That's when the children from different women
we now.
Wetin you just talk now?
Ìkànnì àwọn ìyá ẹ̀ gan ti lè gbé ọmọ tí ṣe tiẹ̀ gan.
And they will be telling us it's men's world.
The ọmọ that the husband did not gbà. When the man was alive, gbà tí màá yẹn wá kú tán, ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ tí ju a month lọ. After the demise of this man, the child returned home, was telling the family was telling her and the wife that
women don't trust anybody.
But why will you be in marriage and relationship and not trust yourself?
Well, it is God that will settle that one.
No.
When you confront your husband,
I will not take that from you.
See, if you
confront,
lóòótọ́
ẹ̀yin ẹ ti jù wá lọ, but the truth of the matter is me tí ní gbà sẹ́.
That child tẹ́ ẹ sọ pé the man did not accept when he was alive, and they now brought the child.
Nǹkan tó yà mí lẹ́nu ni pé kí ló dé tó yẹ pé tó kú bá ti kú báyìí.
náà máa ń gbọ́ ọmọ wálé.
Àbọ̀ṣe máa ń rí náà nìyẹn.
Àwọn family yẹn.
All right. If you're watching us on Facebook, please drop your comments in the comment section. We want to know what you think about this topic of DNA. Do you think a man should request DNA of his children or of his child? And if you think so, what effects do you think that decision will have on the marriage and even on the children? Let us know what you think in the comment section. Do you know what I thought of? Just now? I thought okay, my ṣe lóògbé. Then àwọn ọmọ tó ti bí síta, wọ́n do properties there. What if one of those children is not even his own blood?
That's their own headache.
That's their own cup
in his family.
Nǹkan tó máa ń dùn mí nínú gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tá a sọ, ṣé nǹkan tó máa ń bí mi nínú gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí? Àwọn family ọkọ àti family ìyàwó wọn kì í try.
Why?
Reason tó ṣe kí n try ni pé ó ṣe jẹ́ pàwọ̀ la máa bá nídìí pé
ọkọ
ẹ bímọ síta, àwọn náà máa lọ mú ọmọ yẹn wá. Tí ìmọ̀ nǹkan tó ń dùn mí
tó bá jọkùnrin
no, mi ò ní kọ́ send ọmọ ìwé ẹ gbọ́ mi délẹ̀ o, mi ò ní kọ́ send ọmọ ohun ìwé o, but ṣe rí àwa Yorùbá a máa ń good ní nǹkan kan, ẹni kí la máa ń good lé lórí.
Oh my God.
Ẹni kí la máa ń good lé lórí. A máa ń good lórí pé tí ọkọ bá tí anything bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀, ó máa ń sure fún wa, ó máa ń rọrùn fún wa láti tètè ṣe nǹkan tó wù wá. Ó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ pé ká tètè everybody máa gather. Tó kù bá ti kú báyìí, everybody máa kú. Ẹni tí ò ní opinion gbà tí máa yẹn wà láyé.
Ìgbẹ́yẹn ló máa claim.
Àwa ṣàpá kọ́ńdà bí orogún ẹlẹ́ran báyìí máa dúró pẹ́sẹ́.
But at the end of the day, because if we look at it very well, it might still, I don't know, it might still benefit. I don't want to say that a matter of shorty because I don't know, I've not been in the situation. But do you think it will benefit the child in the long run? That if they check the child's DNA and maybe they find out, your father is really your father or your father is not your father. Do you think it's of any benefit to that child?
Yes, it is even better to do it. When there is doubt, it is better you do it.
Do DNA
just for that child to have a clarity that this is my dad and this is my mom.
Yes.
Kó lè mọ
ibi tó ti wá.
Because if you are fighting about DNA or no DNA, you are giving that child another problem entirely.
Mental health.
You
just we just have to do better. See, our advice parents
will be thinking that, okay,
daddy and
father?
Mommy, please, we are begging you.
It is better they do it.
Please, if there is a room for DNA test in your family, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ṣe kẹfì mọ bí tọmọ yín belong sí, and please, you can avoid the children in this conversation.
Yes.
Okay.
Avoid them, because
it should not involve the children at all.
The bitterness will not leave that child.
But the result of
for the rest of his or her life.
No, but the result at the end of the day, because let's look at it now. Okay, you find out that child is not yours and you want a divorce.
They should first of all belong to. Between you me and you la jọ ṣe ń gbà yẹn. So let this thing be between me and you.
But I think whatever you
eventually know.
Oh my God, the child will later know.
If an adult.
Exactly.
The child will later know. But
all you have to do is to prepare
from the onset. You now prepare her or his or her. Yes. The guy and the woman and the man, you should prepare your child. Pé no. Ìgbà tó 30 more results that both of you know the result. Somebody you should deem it fit to call the child. Bye lọ́rọ̀ ṣe rí.
They can involve
counselor. Doctors. Yes. We have good doctors out there. You should call them to help you out. Kíni torí pé ọwọ́ tán fi máa ń ṣe gan ló máa ń jẹ́ kó da ayé àwọn ọmọ yẹn. So I know some children will not even want to go to their new father. This person that has raised me, paid my school fees, fed me, I'm staying with this man. There's nothing you can do about it. They will tell their mother, see, if you want to go to anywhere,
some children will stay.
And some will not stay.
From that moment.
I have a story. I have a story of a friend. Now, this my friend is a grown adult. You know, he has been with his mom, with another family entirely. So everything was fine. Meanwhile, ẹni tí a yẹn bá gbé kọ́ ló lọ́mọ. Ọmọ ò dẹ̀ mọ̀. Ọmọ pé bàbá ẹ̀ kọ́ nìyẹn.
Bọ̀ bàbá mọ̀. Ìyá dẹ̀ mọ̀.
See the thing yẹn. Ìgbà tó yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀. Bàbá ti bèrè lọ́wọ́ obìnrin yẹn. Ó ní kì í ṣọmọ ẹ̀. So èmi ò wá mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin wọn tó fi sọ pé kì í ṣọmọ ẹ̀ o. So ìgbà tọ́mọ ti wá dàgbà tí bàbá wá mi mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí bàbá fi wá ọmọ wá. Ọmọ ti di full blown adult bàbá wá ọmọ wá. Ọmọ ò dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé òun ní bàbá kan ní.
I have somebody like that.
So and the father was not like òun fẹ́ kí ọmọ òun wá sí at this time now the bàbá tó wá ní ìyẹn ò sí in the picture mọ́. So the real father ti wá ó fẹ́ gba ọmọ. The real father now wants the child. So ọmọ yẹn wá ní òun ò lè lọ. Why? Because all his life ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni tó mọ̀ àti bàbá
ẹni yìí ló dé take care mi.
And then Eleni is still holding grudge against the mother for that reason.
But me, I would advise the child.
The mother is late. The mother was the secretary to one king at that particular moment. So king just begged the woman, please, má jẹ́ káyé mi bàjẹ́ torí my first wife will just kill me. Tó bá fi mọ̀ pé. And you know, ọmọ sọ pé ayé àtijọ́, it is not that a man can't go. The man that married the woman knew that this is not my child. But ó gbọ́ ọmọ yẹn.
Ó gbà.
So he's been the father láti kékeré. Like where 3, 4, 5 years ago, the king just appeared. Pé àwọn onífá yẹn wọ́n sọ pé ọmọ yẹn wà ń ta. That the king should just go and beg the child and bring him
to come back
to the palace.
So they now went to the man. The baba tó ń tọ́jú ọmọ since begged man. It was nǹkan tí mo sọ yìí. It was a very difficult.
You have to call the child.
Yes, it was a very difficult.
At the end of the day, jama gan ló máa decide ibi tó fẹ́ gbé.
Yes, of course.
Ó fún ọmọ yẹn ní emotional turmoil. Ó tó pẹ́ gan kó tó accept fún ọba. The kábíyèsí was now, do you want me to even prostrate for you? To beg you if that's
ibo lọmọ yẹn gan ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀.
If that will bring you back, eventually go back.
But what do you
kó tún wá lọ ní girlfriend tó ní bad mouth.
Oh dear, this issue ó le.
Yóò sọ fún pé wọ́n ti bàbá méjì bí èyí ọlọ́run dáríjì.
So there is nobody to even ask, mommy, why did you do this?
The mom is late.
And the man was even taking care of him. The man gangan, the other man was taking a very good care of him. Ó ní àwọn àbúrò ẹ̀ gan mọ̀ as àkọ́bí bàbá wọn. So it was a war.
In that family.
Only. But eventually the king just begged and begged her. Oduduwa said they should just bring the So
see, that's why I always advise single mothers. Let your child know
everything.
Knows what you're going through. And they are real fathers.
Everything.
Try as much as possible.
At least for the sake of that child.
Don't tell your child when his father is still alive, tell him that Baba eti cool. Because you will pay dearly with
some
your
children
tears.
Cannot even hold that thing.
Try to right that wrong at the end of the day. So it's like better.
Imagine the memories they would have built with the father already. Then you now come and say that's not your real father.
That's not your real Baba eti cool. Baba wa láyé ni. Baba ifẹsẹ̀
no. It's just better women to please stop.
No, we are just begging you.
You don't need to hide anything from your child. You don't need to hide anything from your husband.
To your child.
Let them call you to come and do DNA.
Their real father.
Don't reject.
Don't reject
for the sake of that child.
And if you know that o ti ṣe nǹkan kan tó lè jẹ́ kó question ẹ, I think before going into that marriage, try as much as possible to be honest. Honestly, see, I always tell people, if you are honest to yourself, tó bá jẹ́ olóòótọ́ síra ẹ, you will be able to tell another person the same truth you have for yourself, because you will not want to pretend. Torí o sòótọ́ fúnra ẹ, so kí ló dé tó sòótọ́ fúnra ẹ tó máa fẹ́ parọ́ fẹ́ni tó mọ̀ wípé ó rí ẹ tán. Ẹni ìrì ẹ̀tàn relationship la pé marriage la pé.
Giving another man's child to another man.
Ẹjọ́ nítorí ọlọ́ ẹ̀ ń bá àwọn obìnrin kan lójú jẹ. Yes, this is so annoying. You know most women don't trust us. Ọkùnrin ò trust wa mọ́, they are even scared. That's bad. Imagine no. Àti mọ̀ wípé ayé ọkùnrin ni wọ́n máa ń jayé wọn, Ọlọ́run fi ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́.
Ọlọ́run máa ràn wọ́n náà lọ́wọ́.
Àmì orí ẹ̀ nítorí pé àwọn obìnrin ó ti wà pé.
But what do you think is the most important factor to consider? Like if you're considering it now, for instance, or if the husband is considering it, what are those? Kase sọ pé méjì gan lẹ ti fẹ́ wò gan kẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Maybe something came up where, like the instance you mentioned, pọ́nmọ yẹn ń sick, for instance, and if I trace one or two things, like what are those factors that you consider? You have to put into question what effect would this have on the child, or even on the child,
so
or the family?
I will advise to take the child first in everything, please, because bitterness, you can talk about bitterness with a mere mouth, but to deal with bitterness is very wide, because to sit somebody down and tell that person you are not my child. So we are begging you, consider the child, consider the environment.
Torí stigma yẹn gan lásán.
Kúrò látọ̀rọ̀ yẹn bá kan sí mo sọ̀rọ̀ kan mo fi ṣeré ń bíbá mo ní kó wá jọ jẹ́ pé ó wà lọ bá obìnrin tó ní bad mouth pàdé kí yẹn kàn sọ fún lẹ́yìn kó pé ìwọ tó ò ní
even in the society gan tó fi lè mọ̀ tó bá fi lè mọ̀.
Kí yẹn kàn wá sọ fún pé ìwọ kan bàbá méjì yìí.
Tó bá fi lè mọ̀ pé èèyàn wọ́n ṣe DNA test gan lórí ọmọ, kò bá jẹ́ òótọ́ o, kò bá jẹ́ rọ́ o, kò bá jẹ́ pé bóyá
my fellow Nigerians, we are good. She's spreading bad news. Ọlọ́run fi kẹ́ wa, because you just see somebody that will just pick his or her phone like this pé kìnìkan irọ́ ni o, kò tí ì confirm nǹkan tó post o, ó ṣàfẹ́.
So what are your final words now?
So I would tell people
to
please consider the children, and if there's a room for DNA, if you think you need DNA test in your family, both of you should sit yourself down and discuss, invite counselors. Call counselors. You can.
They should lay all the cards on the table.
Yes. Let them see where things are going wrong in this family. So they will advise you how to go about it. Baba àti ìyá ibi tẹ́ rìn dé ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀, ibi tẹ́ ti kọsẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀. So you don't let the child pay for what they know nothing about.
All right, thank you so much, Boke.